Imagine the volume of a daytime retail shift. You are immediately hit with the harsh glare of fluorescent lights, a relentless stream of impatient faces, and the constant, jarring beep of the scanner. You are expected to process complex transactions flawlessly while navigating a barrage of sudden demands. All of this happens under the watchful eye of a manager demanding unwavering professionalism from you at all times. For some, this environment triggers a chronotype clash. This is the psychological friction that sparks when a person's natural biological rhythm is forced to operate on a loud, demanding daytime schedule. When you're exhausted, mistakes become a pattern. After the fifth time you've messed up a simple transaction, the manager's patience evaporates. You're left with an ultimatum: leave the company or move to the only shift where your mistakes won't be seen. For a worker whose internal clock rejects the 9-to-5 structure, the standard workday is a hostile psychological battleground. The noise and the pressure drain their energy and shatter their focus entirely. But at 11 p.m., the world powers down. The chaotic crowds vanish, leaving behind a sudden, profound quiet. Welcome to the graveyard shift. There are no managers pacing the aisles and no one watching over your shoulder. You have uninterrupted autonomy. Instead of processing hundreds of hectic transactions, you might see fewer than one customer an hour. The pace slows to a crawl. This drop in stimulation creates an introvert's heaven. Looking at this chart tracking sensory load over an 8-hour shift, the red. Meanwhile, the nighttime line flatlines at the bottom, free from forced small talk and coworker politics. At first glance, this schedule feels like a professional loophole. It appears to be a way to earn a living in total peace, without paying the taxing toll of daily societal interaction. But this silence has a shelf life. Over the first few hours, the emptiness of a large, brightly lit building stops feeling like a relief and starts pressing in on you. The quiet turns eerie. When a customer finally does wander in, the interactions rarely follow daytime logic. You spend tense helping someone find nachos, only for them to suddenly refuse them. Working alone amplifies your senses. The hum of the refrigeration units becomes deafening. A sudden clank from the back room or an unexpected shadow sends a sharp spike of adrenaline through your chest. Psychologists refer to this state as environmental underload. Deprived of normal stimuli, the anxious brain begins manufacturing its own threats to stay alert. You lose the grounding background noise of a functioning society. Without it, the intended peace of the night shift decays into lingering paranoia and unease. That isolation extends far beyond the store's automatic doors. The reality of this social alienation hits hardest during a random 3 a.m. encounter with an old friend. They stumble in, flushed and laughing, grabbing a late-night snack after a lively company party. Meanwhile, you are standing behind a register in a sterile aisle, right in the center of your work week. When they ask to grab drinks or hang out this Saturday, you have to decline. You are working. The logistics of maintaining casual meetups and weekend plans become nearly impossible. These intersecting clock tiles show the logistical disconnect. The waking hours of a night worker and a day worker leave zero overlapping hours for social connection. Your free time is their deep sleep. The emotional decay follows quickly. After a few rejected invitations, friends simply stop asking. You slip out of the group chat narratives and eventually fade from your own social circle. Escaping the micromanagement of the day shift comes with a hidden tax. You gain your professional autonomy by severing your ties to human connection. By 4 a.m., the psychological toll is eclipsed by physical exhaustion. Your eyelids turn to lead under flickering lights, desperately begging to shut down. Your biological cues start to fail entirely. You feel a hollow, gnawing hunger in your stomach, yet the thought of actually consuming food becomes physically repulsive. This chart illustrates circadian misalignment. Your brain's internal clock pumps out melatonin, creating a direct conflict with the requirement to stay awake. That collision shatters basic cognitive function. Your working memory evaporates, and simple, repetitive tasks suddenly demand an intense level of concentration. By 4 a.m., boredom is gone, replaced by a cellular struggle to maintain consciousness against your own biological programming. Then, the clock strikes 7 a.m. The heavy glass doors slide open, and the two vastly different worlds collide. The morning shift worker walks in, fresh, rested, holding a warm coffee, asking if anything interesting happened. You stand there, pale, visibly battered, barely able to string a sentence together. The journey home is a blurry shuffle. After 8 hours bathed in artificial bulbs, stepping out into harsh morning daylight feels like a physical assault, dragging heavy limbs through the door, pulling the blackout curtain shut, and collapsing into your bed. And here lies the ultimate irony of the graveyard shift. After fighting devastating fatigue all night, you find yourself completely unable to sleep. The night shift operates as a phantom existence. The initial illusion of peace is a quiet trap, purchased with the erosion of your social bonds, your physical health, and your place in the natural human world.